Let's try it one more time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's great to see you guys, and I'd like to begin by us welcoming one another. All right, and so what I'd like you to do is, I know that you're not used to it, even though we've been doing it for a year, but I want you to get up from your seats, try to move around, and meet at least 3 or 4 other people that you don't really say hi to. And then what I want you to say is what do you see? So that's going to be your greeting that you're going to give, is what do you see? So 3 or 4 people, not around you, but on the other side, in the front, in the back, a little bit farther away. And introduce yourself, and then just greet them by saying, what do you see? All right, go for it. So everyone stand up. Let's move around a little bit. Say, what do you see? Alright, what do you see? Okay, just a couple of announcements that I'd like to make. Every Sunday, I'm not sure if you guys have been aware, but some of you guys are, and some of you guys haven't yet been able to participate in it. But every Sunday from 11 o'clock to around 11:20, this room here is always kind of a little bit darkened, because we want to give you guys a chance to just come in and prepare your heart before God. And so I know that the cafe area is the main hangout area, that everyone just always goes there, and they don't want to come in here. But the reason why we come to church is to meet each other, right? Whoever said yes is wrong. All right, so the reason why we come to church is not simply to just meet each other and hang out there. It's actually we're coming to meet God. Right, so think about it this way. If you were coming to my house, right, so if you came to my house and I'm the host, and I've been waiting for you, so I've been cooking up a nice dinner for you and having great, just putting everything perfect, vacuuming my house and putting this nice aerosol spray so it smells nice, and I've been doing all of this, and then you guys as a group come over and you don't talk to me. The first thing you do is you go into one of my bedrooms, right, and you just hang out with each other. Right, I'm just, in the kitchen waiting for someone to talk to me, and then I have to actually try to get to you guys. It's like, can you guys include me? Because I'm doing this stuff. Right, so, as awkward as that is, that's actually what we do every Sunday. Right, so we come into God's house because we come here to meet with God and have fellowship with Him, and when we do that, we also have fellowship with each other. But if we first come into God's house, but then we go into the cafe area and we're just hanging out and just talking with other people. Imagine the kind of insult that is, or that kind of places before God. And so what I want you guys to practice is learning how to attend to God first. Right? So as soon as you come into our church, come into this place. I know it's awkward. That's why we keep the lights down low. All right? I know it feels like, oh, it's so dark, I don't want to go in there. But the reason why we do that is so that you don't have to feel so exposed, right, to the other youth that are in this room, and everyone's going to be looking at me, and it feels kind of weird because I feel like I have a spotlight on me. Because whenever you do something for the first time, it feels like everyone's looking at you. It feels like you're the only one that's really weird, right? And so that's why we turn off the lights, so that you don't have to feel exposed. right? And to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. To increase that comfort, what's going to happen beginning next week is Hannah teacher is going to be here waiting around 11 o'clock for you guys, and she'll lead you, right? So that you guys can start getting comfortable with that habit of coming in and learning how to attend to God. So she'll just guide you through that process, and it'll only take around 5 to 10 minutes. So don't think like, oh, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to do this. So she'll lead you, and it's not going to be that long. All right, so around probably 5 to 10 minutes. Then after that, she'll just leave you guys alone so that if there's anything else that you want to pray or anything else that you want to lift up that's more personal in nature, you can ask any teacher to pray with you, or you can just pray by yourself. All right, or you can pray in groups. It's up to you. But this place, from 11 o'clock to around 11:20, we want to make it into a space where we attend to God. Because when we start worship here, it's already, our minds are already somewhere else. Because we've been talking about other stuff, we've been meeting with other people, and we're not ready yet. And so from the get-go of worship, when the first song plays, worship is not a warm-up to your spirituality. All right, worship is not like to warm you guys up so that finally when the preacher comes up to give the sermon, that you guys are ready to hear it. It's not that. Worship is in itself its own thing. So we need to also prepare for the worship time that we have together. All right. So I want to challenge you guys with that, and our teacher Hannah she's going to help you with that process, and we really would like to develop that. Secondly, we started last year. You guys remember? Oh, you guys already handed in your offering. Oh, can I have that? So, remember these, right? Your offering. What we asked you guys to do is sometimes people feel kind of sheepish because when they come to church, they didn't prepare their monetary offering, or they just don't have any money, right? And so they feel like, oh, it's not really. I can't really give anything. I have no money. We're not practicing offering as this. What God wants from us is money. He doesn't need your money. He repeats that over and over and over again in the whole Bible. He says, I don't need your money, right? The reason why we give offering, God says, is for actually our own sake. That we recognize from whom all of our blessings come. And so by giving our offering, monetary-wise, we're always remembering God gave us these resources for a purpose. Not simply so that we can always buy ice cream or always buy bubble tea or always buy whatever boba, sorry. It's a Canadian term. Alright, so whatever you guys, you want to spend your money on, you're like, oh man, I don't want to give up my $1 today because I was really thinking about that slushie at 7-Eleven and I went and buy that, so I can't really give. This isn't about that. Yes, if you have a problem giving $1 when it's in your pocket, but you want to buy slushie, yeah, that says that there's something wrong. Right, in your mentality before the resources that God has blessed you with. But even if you don't have it, you still should give offering every Sunday. Because God says, I don't care about your sacrifices, He says. It says, do I not desire mercy and to walk humbly before your God? And so this is what this is for. So you'll notice on the front here, there's lines. Right, so even though you don't have cash, right, God doesn't want your cash. When I say that, I'm not saying don't give your offering. You must give it, right? It's for your own good. But if you don't have it that Sunday, still everyone should be putting in their offering. Everyone should be putting in their envelope. And what you put here is basically your own offering of your heart. So whatever you are thankful for during that week, you reflect back on the week that you lived out, and you're reflecting. You're saying, God, help me remember how you have graced me, how you have provided for me during this week, and that's what you write. Because God is after your heart, not after your money. So everyone, without exception, should be practicing this. Alright? So if you don't give money because you don't have it, you write it. You write your offering to God and you put in this envelope. Alright? And so these envelopes, they don't just go into the garbage, they come to me. Right? And then I pray over your requests, or I pray over your statements that you give. All right? And so it's not going to be me any longer, but it'll be Pastor Esther and Pastor James. Right? They're both going to be praying over these things. So please practice offering. All right? Everyone should be handing these things in. Okay? This coming Friday, we also have youth night that's coming up. And so for that youth night, please do come out. We want to encourage all of you guys to start getting a little bit more involved because, of course, our weekends get a lot more busier once school starts. So let's start school with the right focus and the right vision. All right, let's not just keep doing the same routine that we do every year. So come out, build fellowship here, start gaining a sense of why God created you the way that He created you, why you're in this community, and so that it helps you define why you have to study. All right, so we really do encourage you guys to come out and discover that together. Great, I think that's it. Is there any other? Leadership meeting. So all of you who are participating in leadership, please do come out at 6 o'clock. And let me remind you guys again, leadership, it isn't just church leadership that you're learning, but your character as a person is also being challenged as well too. It's good for every part of your life. All right, so if Pastor Esther says at 6, that means you're late if you come at 6. All right, you have to come a little bit before, around 5:50 or 5:55, so you can actually start at 6 o'clock. Keep that, all right? Learn how to keep that schedule, all right? So please be here by 5:50, 5:55 next Friday for those of you who are part of the leadership, and I really do encourage you guys to take part of that. Great. Okay, let's begin. If you have your Bibles, please